Good morning, good afternoon, good middle of the night. This is Michelle Williams, your Survey123 Jedi. And today what we're going to talk about are base maps and hosted services, pulling those data from the hosted services and what that looks like in Survey123 Connect. This is a little bit more advanced, but we do have folks who really need to learn this quickly. So that's why I'm creating these courses for you. So what are we going to do? So the base maps for your online version. So you're going to have a mobile map package, and you're going to create that in ArcGIS Pro. We're also going to put together a shared web map. We're going to put that in ArcGIS Online. And then we're going to go over to Survey123 Connect, and we're going to make the magic happen. What you end up doing is adding those map packages to Survey123 in the media folder. And then you publish everything for Survey123 because it needs to percolate. Let's say percolate. Kind of like a cake, you want it to percolate before you put it in the oven. And I don't know why I said that. And then once it's published, you can go back into it. You're going to go into Survey123 Connect, and there is a linked content button down there. And once it's published, everything in your services will show up. So you can say add a new piece of content, and then we're going to hook that to your hosted service. Once that happens, you can republish it, and then everybody can download it, and you'll be able to get all that information. So what that one's going to look like is we'll put some information up top. None of these are required except for this one. So let's just do that one. I'll show you what it looks like. This is in the Field app on the desktop version. And say we want to do, this square right here. It's going to show up automatically when you're out there in the field. And what's great is it actually will show up here in just a second. There you go. And now your team's able to see what those look like. Then when they come all the way to the bottom, because normally you wouldn't put this in a family address book, but I wanted to show you what this looks like. We have some code behind the scenes, and that's what we're going to work on today. And that's going to be, first thing is it's pulling this JSON file that's pulling all the data from the hosted service of that block. And the reason we do that is because we want to pull specific data. So here's a block number, and you're pulling that from up here, folio number right here, and comp number right here. If we wanted anything else, you would just add that code to that. The reason we're building it with this JSON file at the top to pull all that data down is we are only pinging the service one time, but there are other ways to do this. If you wanted, maybe you need to ping it 3 different times, 1, 2, and 3. You could just use that code and make it shorter. Keep in mind how your data is going back and forth. Do you want to ping it one time and get all the data first and then populate? You may have 3 services out there, and each one you're pulling 3 pieces of data from. Maybe you have a point, you have a line and a polygon, and each one you're pulling, 3 pieces of data. You don't want to go out to the feed, go ping that service 9 times. How many times throughout the day are you pinging that service? So just to keep it clean, do it this way. So let me show you how we did that. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come into, we have this, this layer is actually in your class file. So you have these grids, and you can move them wherever you want. I moved them to Joshua Tree because it's really close to me, and I don't have to zoom in and out very often. I believe also, you just move it wherever you want it. This is going to have to be in WGS anyways, so you don't have to change it to your coordinate system, things like that. There is a map package when you go into share. So we're in share, there's a mobile map package, and we're going to just click that button. I like to save the package to a file because I'm going to put it into the media folder. What I can do is I just clicked on that folder. I'm going to just go grab this link real quick, copy so that I have it, because I'm going to have to go in there and move that over. And then current display is fine. Always, always, always do this reference online content, do a little dance so you don't forget, because it'll be empty if you don't do that. Say analyze. We look good. If you get any errors here, most likely it's because you have a service, an active service over here. If you need to use the service, export it. it doesn't like services. Export it and then remove that service from this. You might just have a map specifically for Survey123 for this project. So kind of keep that in mind. It does not like services. So we're going to package that. While that's working, I'm going to go find out where that folder is. There you go. All right, there it is. 623, 623. So that's a good one. So what we're going to do, I've already checked on this one. This one works. But I want to do a save as. I want to remove all that data. I'm going to put my number here, 0623, which is the date. Create a survey. There it is. Let's remove the media. Now remove this. Close that. I'm also going to remove the code because we don't want to see the code yet. So for now, this is what that code's going to look like, and it's in the calculation. Let me just go over so you can see everything. Just a couple of notes in the hint. I did a multi-line here. See what that looks like so that you can get the full information. All right. So here's that grid JSON. I did multi-layer because on our phones, it wraps really concisely. On an iPad, it's going to give you more space. So you may not need a multi-line, but for us, it just seems to work. Then I have down here, block number, folio number, and content number. I have a W2 there. I don't think we need a W2, but I probably used it for something. I made all of these read-only, so they can't change them. And then here's the JSON file right here. And I'm going to this is going to be in your class information, so you'll get it all. All you have to do is figure out what your hosted service looks like and change some of the, these yellow areas right here. So what you're looking at is right here, it's grabbing this, where is your home, and where is your home is up here. I could change that to yellow also, or orange, just so you'll have it. That's the geopoint. So it's grabbing that geopoint location in the exact same place of the hosted service. That's why you have to have two. You have to have the base map so that you can put your point down. And then what's happening behind the scenes is it's going and grabbing that data from the hosted service and bringing it down. It all looks like it's one thing. That's where the confusion comes in. You have to have your base map so that your people can see it. And then also you need to pull that data quietly down from the cloud. So we are going to just delete this for now. Save. Also looking and seeing if there's anything up here that I added that I need to remove. Nothing. So we are good. That was everything that it needed to do. Save. So now we need to go back. Well, we know where our file is. Coming over here, what I hit your files and media, and then grab that one and put it over here. Close, close, update. Always update. It needs to do that handshaking. It doesn't know that you dropped something into that folder. And then you can come down here to map. Right now, the map is a normal, whatever map they're going to give you. But we want the map that we just created. So there's that 0623. And now I always like to do the update, little handshaking. And then come down here and click your map. And it's already in there. It's beautiful. They can click here and then come over here, and you've got to, this is now, this is your location. You don't have that data yet that's down here at the bottom because we haven't created that yet. So for us, we can go ahead and hit publish. This is the first time I'm publishing this one, so enable sync. I do it every time. And that's just because you never know if you're going to be offline. That's what that's for. Say, okay, do your analyze. 2 informational ones. That's okay with me. I don't need it. Publish. All right. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure that we've shared this with everybody. So come over to your online, sign in. Go here, do my magic fingerprint, and go. Content. And it should be the top 3. There it is. 1, 2, 3. I just share all of them. Share. I'm going to say organization. I like to do everyone, but I haven't set it up that way because I need a view of my hosted service first. So we're just going to do that for now. And I like to go into Survey123. And do my little sharing here. So we have members of the organization. Allow multiple submissions. You know what? I need to go check one more thing over here. Let's go into feature layers. The reason for this is there's a couple extra steps in this one. Go to settings. Do this one, the delete protection. Once you get live data in it, it'll save you later if somebody decides they want to delete something. We're not doing the public data at the moment, but I do want to click keep track of changes. Oh, that's fun. Anyways, delete and update. I let them do that. If you don't like the delete, you can take that off. And then what can editors see? All the features. And keep going. Export data always. And that's just because later on you're going to need to open it up if you do a dashboard and you're down being able to download that. Let's just for good measure go through here, see if there's anything else. Okay, not a whole lot. Overview. That's fine. Everything looks pretty good. So I'm going to go take a survey. Close. This one, I need to download the new one with our date on it. There it is, download. Select. And some information, whatever that looks like. Click there, go all the way down. Everything else looks pretty good. And then we can submit that, send now. And now you have those. I should have turned off my send button. That's okay. It's that. There, actually, I could do it right now. Because I don't want people to use the sent button later. So I'm going to publish it now. Publish. The thing about, since I've already have the sent folder set up in mine, I have to go delete that. Otherwise, if I try to get into that same family and it's trying to pull it down, it won't let me. So just come in here. Did you see how I did that? Go to sent and hit this empty button. Empty. So now I'm going to do it on my phone. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to say collect. I could also go into the inbox. But when I come in here, right now, it's not on airplane mode, but you can see the base map. Now that it's downloaded, I'm going to go into my airplane mode. And now I'm going to go into Survey123. I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to do a collect. It doesn't allow me to do inbox when I'm offline, unless I already had something in the inbox. So keep that in mind. If you're going offline, make sure that you download everything while you've got Wi-Fi. In the morning, I always say send everything in the night and then pull everything back down in the morning. But since we're not doing this normally, I just want to show you what happens. So I'm on airplane mode. I just went in to my map. I don't know if you can see that. You can trying to get it to not glare. You can see the grids and you can see the numbers, but there is no base map on there. I don't know if you can see that. Try. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to put this information in hosted service. So we can do that handshaking where they can see the map, but the map is actually pulling data from, or the survey is pulling data from the hosted service, which they don't even need to know about. So what we're doing here is we have that grid, same grid. All right, so we're going to take this one. We're going to go web map, sharing the web map. I'm going to put the date on here. 23. I'm going to put a little bit of different information here. Hosted service. All right, so if it truncates, it's going to be okay. All right, so right here, we're just going to come down here, use symbology, compatible with all clients. And we're coming down here, we're going to put that in a folder. This one here, that works because that's the week that we're using. I'm going to say share with us. See if there's anything I missed. I don't think so. So we're going to analyze. And it's going to say that I need this numeric ID number. Just click on the three dots and say auto assign. That takes care of it. Now we can analyze. Everything should be beautiful. And we can say, let's see, did I put that in a folder? Oh, yes, I did. Okay. Now we're going to share. That'll take a few minutes. And once it's done, then we can go back into connect. I want to kind of figure out, I'm going to tell you how many minutes that takes to do. There, that wasn't too long. All right, so about a minute and a half. That's not bad at all. And now we can close this, go back into our connect. Let's see here. We're going to go to linked content. We've already published everything. So once it's published, then everything is handshaking through Survey123 and AGL. So now we can come in here and we can say link content. So this is, this isn't what we're looking for. This is not the map you were looking for. So say link content. Let's see, map package if it came up. No, okay, that's okay. We're just going to keep looking. Online map, I think, is where you're going to go. And there it is. Web map, there it is. That's today's date. That's the one we were looking for. Say okay. And now your map is here. That's so that you can pull the data. So this is your, I don't know what this top one, that's the one that automatically takes care of itself in Survey123, but you actually want this one. And so now we can go back to, oops, a little too far. Now we're going to add some code because now everything's synced together. For ease, I'm just going to run into my other one and grab that code for us. Let's see. Okay, it's on my other computer. So I'm just going down here to the bottom where I had 30, 31, 32, 33. Come down here, same thing. I'm going to paste like this with that values. And everything that I had in that original, remember that W2 that I don't need, it's all here. And you have this in your files. Say save. It's always nice to start with some patterns. All right, now Let's see if it works without all the handshaking. If I go like this. Ta-da! I didn't even need to publish it. I do need to publish it if I want my people to be able to use it. So we'll say go. Yes, that's fine. Say publish. Say okay. And now we can come back into our desktop version. We probably have one of these or probably our update. Yes. And that's because there's an update. Say close. Come back in here. We can collect or we can have our inbox. We'll just do collect for now. Collect first name. Put some information in here. Come down here. 14 AD is where we're going to be going. Come all the way to the bottom. 14 AD is here. You're pulling all your information. That's all I have for you. I had an error message that came up in my last one when I published it. I'm just going to see if it gives me the same error. It did. Okay, so I need to fix this. I don't know what this is all about. So it would be truncated. All right, so that was good information. So what's happening is, did you see my here? 150 and 150. Well, it's probably this one right here that's causing me some trouble. So what I'm going to do is, since I published it, I can't change that with this right here. Okay, so this is the one that's having an issue most likely. Truncating means that I didn't give it enough space for the text. So 150 looks like it's not quite long enough. So I'm going to have to make this different. I'm going to have to make this like, let's say 300 and make this one 300. Now I changed the name here and I changed the field length. Just know that in AGOL, you're going to have two names. You're going to have the first grid JSON, then you're going to have the second grid JSON 300. It's an easy way to push them both up and just leave them there. Eventually you can get rid of that, but you're also going to have to fix this. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to fix this for you. This one needs to be 300. 300. I'm going to give you this. This file so that you'll have it. Publish it now. Yes, that sounds good. So I actually have to go in and republish this one. Save as. I'm going to put, because this is morning is the 24th. Create survey. And this is how you troubleshoot. So here it is here, the 24th. Publish that one. Publish. Since I'm the owner, I'm not going to do all of the parts of sharing. I'm going to go see if I can just go grab it and get it to work for you. Okay, it's finished. Come up to your initials at the top, or it might have a logo. There it is. Let's go see if we can collect some data. Okay, down here we are good. Send. Okay, so this one works. As I was going through this process, I added 300 to this grid JSON file without looking at what it's doing over here. So as you're working through this, and So a few things are happening. I have this as a text because I need this name for these 3 files. If I didn't need the name, I would probably make it a note and I would probably take this name off. But since I actually need that name in our code right here, I have to keep it as a text box. So you'll notice that I'm truncating right here at this lat long. So we're going to keep going and figure out how long this actually needs to be. So if I said 500 and I say save, no, let's put something in here. Okay, so we actually have 100 left after it does all the calculations. So we've got a lot of lat longs going in here. A better way to do this would be to go into the attribute table and find out how long each of these, what the longest text length is, because these are in the cloud. Most likely, you're not going to change how you do things unless you add another field that could cause you some issues down the line. But let's say we've built this is exactly how we want to do it. And so for bringing this in, figuring out how long your text should be and adding some buffer so that you don't break anything. Ideally, I wish I would have been able to put a note here and then it would have pulled all that information, but I need this name right here because down here below, we use that JSON field here. So for now, I'm going to put 500 here. I'm going to put 500 here because in AGOL, I already have I have one that doesn't have any numbers. I have one that says 300, and that's not long enough. That's going to break it. So the 500 is actually where I want to be. So keep in mind, this is going to be a long field if you decide to use this grid at layers. If you have a huge file, this probably will not be a good use of your online credits. So keep all that in mind as you're going forward. Or if you're building that web map, build it without all of the extra fluff. Because I don't think I need all of those lat longs. I just need key components. So maybe you just leave the key components in there and take off all the other attributes. Have a spatial day, and I hope you enjoyed this journey so far. Talk to you soon.